Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
And it was wrong. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Bad call.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying.
It's Just Two Movies.
Welcome back to another episode of It's Just Two Movies, your favorite movie podcast, probably. My name is Daniel King. In the studio with me this evening,
Jackson.
Jackson, eat that mic a little bit if you don't mind. Thank you.
It's too close.
Just suck it. Just the tip.
No,
there it is. So it's our Christmas episode. If it's your first time tuning into the show, what we normally do is we watch one movie and then we watch another movie. Maybe one of them's good, maybe one of them's bad. I don't know. It's just whatever. But we'll break them both down for you. You figure it out for yourself. But we will rate them, and sometimes we'll be like, if this was bad, I could do it better because here's what I would do.
But I usually can't do it better, but it's like there's opportunity there.
Well, if you think a different thing, you're right. So this is our Christmas episode. We're having a little eggnog.
Oh, we are. Except that one's not eggnog.
Having a little eggnog here in just a minute. We had a couple of eggnogs, going to have more eggnog.
They were pretty good.
I like mine real rum heavy, but I drink them like a light beer, so
yeah,
I have to pace myself with them, or we won't make this show.
Yeah, I made it here though. 3 eggnogs deep.
3 eggnogs deep. I think I might be 4, but I'm feeling okay.
And I'm not sure, because I only drink eggnog maybe once a year. Like, there's been probably 2 or 3 years where I've skipped it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like you get back, oh.
I love a homemade eggnog.
Eggnog.
Man, Alicia makes a great fucking eggnog.
It's good.
Yeah. It's got fucking cognac and bourbon and brandy and all kind of shit in it. And eggs and milk, obviously.
Yeah. But then you're in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, we're drinking
it's
that
cold.
We're drinking that trailer park eggnog though. It's just spiced rum and eggnog.
But it's better. But it's better than half the population out there doing it.
It's good stuff. Yeah, a little cinnamon stick, a little nutmeg on top, and what brings it in better than Home Alone?
Not much.
Good segue. Is it? I don't know. I don't think it was a very
I think
segue.
it was a great segue because we are.
No, we did the Christmas special last year, and we covered what 2 movies did we talk about, Jackson?
Gremlins.
Yeah, we did Gremlins, and we did the Ginger Dead Man. Remember with Gary Busey?
Oh, that movie's burned in the back of my brain.
Yeah,
now. Damn it, Danny.
So this year we're gonna do a movie I've seen 100 times and a movie that I've never seen. We're gonna do Home Alone and then Black Christmas from 1979.
Yeah, never seen it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that one. I did see a remake of that one, but anyway, let's talk Home Alone. This is a PG 1990 comedy family film and also fantasy film. I'll talk about it later. Hour 43-minute runtime, 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb, 66% on Rotten Tomatoes, 63% on TV Guide, 91% of Google users were like, I like this little boy trying to murder a man. Release date November 16th, 1990. Directed by Chris Columbus. Maybe do a name change. Box office $476.7 million. Art director Dan Webster. This stars Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, Kieran Culkin, Catherine O'Hara, John Hurd.
I mean, it's just really one person in Joe Pesci.
Devin Ratray. No, there's a couple more I want to touch on. John Candy.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. John Candy coming out to win the day. And, there's a couple other people in there, but largely that's who we're talking about. Mostly I want to say that the gems in this movie, if you're going to turn in for what it's coming at you with, is Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern,
and his concerned mom,
Catherine O'Hara, John Hurd, and fucking John Candy. That's the jam.
Yep.
It is cool that Devin Ratray's in it. He plays Buzz.
Oh yeah, he's a perfect Buzz.
Oh
yeah.
But I've seen him in other stuff. I see him in stuff now, and I'm like, it's the guy from Home Alone. He's really good though. He's really good in stuff.
See, you're thinking like how I think. Remember, I was telling you I only think of people like from movies. And you're like,
Yeah.
that's how you're thinking.
That's true. That's true. That is how I think. I see a guy and I'm like, I've seen that guy.
The guy's from Home Alone.
What's the thing I saw him from? Yeah, it's that thing. So Jackson, if somebody had never seen Home Alone, could you imagine the tragedy? But what would you tell them it was about if they were completely like, I don't know.
They need to get their life turned around and start a family.
I think it's okay. Like, this is not like a classic film to me, but it is one we watch every year around Christmas, and I'm like, it's a bit of fun.
It's a Christmas movie, so like when you think of Christmas movies and you watch like something during Christmas time, it's always going to be.
I don't know what you're gesturing to me right now.
I'm trying to do Christmas Vacation.
It's always going to be Christmas Vacation. Okay,
and then Gremlins.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take a hard take here. Not a huge fan of Christmas Vacation. It's okay,
but it's there, and you know of it.
It is there, and I don't love it. It's there. I would rather watch A Christmas Story. You got me.
Well, A Christmas Story
or fucking Muppet Christmas Carol. That's right up my alley.
See?
I love a puppet.
So you can name at least 3. Home Alone's got to be in there.
Yeah,
maybe in top 5.
It's in there. Yeah, it's in there. It's in there somewhere.
Maybe like Jingle All the Way.
It's in there somewhere like way after Die Hard, but
right around Die Hard. Yeah. Well, no, way after. You're right.
Yeah. It's no Die Hard for me, but I do enjoy it though. I enjoy this movie about this kid who tries to hunt men for sport.
Yeah.
So
he's a psychopath.
What would you say it's about though?
I mean, you just said it.
Fuck. I ruined it.
And this kid puts on his red socks. Picks up a gun.
Yeah.
And he goes after New York City people.
Pretty much. So yeah, if you're not familiar with it, we're gonna run through it pretty quick here.
Two normal New York City people just doing their job.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. And he sets traps. Like this little kid, he's 8 or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just setting traps for these guys doing their job.
Boy, the McAllister household looks like a fucking nightmare. When it opens up, all those kids fucking...
It gives me so much anxiety.
It does. Yeah, it's very anxiety-inducing.
It's like, for one... Okay, let's talk about his house really quick.
Okay.
It's like
fucking
a $14 million
house. It's
I don't know
very
how
nice.
much, but
it's immaculate.
3-story brick house.
Yeah.
Like in New York or Chicago, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's like the McAllisters have to be rich as fuck. And they're going to Paris for Christmas.
Yeah, they're fucking loaded, man. They're fucking loaded.
I mean, who does that?
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
I mean, wow, the economy back in the day. Sure, do you remember that?
Well, hold up.
I don't.
They ordered 10 pizzas for $19.83.
Wait, no, it wasn't 1983.
Yeah.
It was...
Or 87 or something.
It was like $900. It was a
No,
lot,
it was like $19 or $198.
You know what? I thought about writing it down, but I didn't.
Sorry.
I'm gonna say
it was
we're gonna find
$198.
How much did the pizzas cost in Home Alone?
19 is the wrong number. 198.
$122.50 plus tip.
So
yeah, that's fucking crazy. How many pizzas?
10.
Was it 10 or 12?
Well, either way, you multiply it.
How many pizzas did they order in Home Alone? We're gonna find out. People want to know. It was 10.
All right, so 10 pizzas in 1990 cost $12 a piece.
Yeah, $12.25 a pop plus tip.
That's not much different than right now. Like you can get a normal.
No, not weirdly. Not if you go to Domino's. You can order one pizza at Domino's for like $12, or you can get like 13 for I don't know.
Yeah,
$3.50.
Like that's strange that it's not much. Maybe that was the wealthy neighborhood Pizza Hut.
Fuck if I know.
No, it was Nero's.
That wasn't Pizza Hut.
It was Nero's.
Oh, was it Nero's?
That's what it was.
So the house is a fucking mess. The McAllisters are all going to Paris. Everybody's being a dick to Kevin.
Rightfully,
but he's kind of a little asshole.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pick up your weight when you're a kid.
His mom's like, get off the bed. He's like, why don't you get off the phone and make me?
Yeah, he's a little
Bitch,
jackass.
I'll kill you. Yeah, he's a little jackass.
But at the same time, it's like,
look, I don't condone hitting children, but somebody could have hit that kid. That's all I'm saying.
No, he was a little shit, but I think we're all a little shit at some point. So.
Yeah, I'm a little shit. I'm a little shit all the time. So they fucking everybody's being a dick to him, and he gets in trouble. Because he's
So,
like,
hold on.
everybody sucks and you suck and fuck you.
Well, he goes after his older brother Buzz,
Oh, yeah.
and like Buzz is like agging him on,
Oh, hard.
and he's like, "All right, I'm done messing with this." Like, cause Buzz ate his cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Like he only eats cheese pizza, and he got mad
Quit being a
because
little
his
bitch.
older brother
Yeah.
ate his only cheese pizza.
And just showing off because he's lactose tolerant must
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna tackle him. Or he tried to tackle him, didn't work, and then everybody's mad at the little kid. Poor
No,
guy.
he's little tiny. And I will say this, as far as how this movie's aged out or whatever, Macaulay Culkin's performance in it still is, it is something to behold.
It is. Yeah, he's
If
good.
for some reason you're like on the younger side and you just have never watched it for whatever reason, it's worth a watch just to watch this kid do this character.
Home Alone 1 and 2 are both pretty classics, I think.
Yeah,
They're both Christmas movies.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
and Home Alone 2 is like he goes a little harder.
He goes
It's like,
to New
yeah.
York. Yeah, yeah. So in this, he's like, I fucking like sleep in the attic, you piece of shit.
Yeah,
And he's
they
like
put him in the attic
yeah.
with the kid that pees the bed.
Yeah, and he's like,
Like, what the fuck?
I fucking hate you guys. You know what I mean? You guys suck. I wish I didn't have a family. And his mom's like, say it again, bitch. Maybe it'll come true.
Yeah, that's a weird statement by a mom. Say it again.
Yeah.
It's like, she literally dares him. Like, make your wish come true.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you say it to your kid?
Maybe just so he goes stew on it in bed.
That's
And
mean.
feel bad? Yeah, that's-
mean.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems odd. You could probably just use empathy instead.
Yeah.
But,
Like, you
but
just
whatever. You know what?
understand what the kid's going through.
I'm not here to
I'm just gonna
micromanage.
ag it on a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not here to micromanage anybody's family.
Go figure your shit out.
But
8-year-old.
So middle of the night, he's like, "Yeah, fuck you guys, fuck this family. I'm fucking out. I'm gonna be a bachelor. I'll live alone forever. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. I'm out. I'm going to bed." So he goes to bed, and then there's a power outage in the middle of the night, and everybody wakes up, and their flight is like, it's already in the terminal, baby. They gotta go.
They got 45 minutes for 15 people or something like that.
Oh, it's a ridiculous.
So hold
amount.
up. Let's go back to the amount of people in one house. 15 people during the holidays. That is like the most nightmarish like situation I could think of. Like,
Is it 15?
it's a lot.
God, it's a lot. Yeah, right. Yeah, they take like a fucking shuttle bus from their house to the airport.
What a nightmare! Like, why would you want to spend your holidays like that?
That sounds terrible.
And then you're traveling with all
To go spend a couple days in Paris, I guess. I don't know.
That
It's
sounds
something
terrible.
with his job.
like, ugh.
Yeah. That sounds awful. That sounds awful. I'll tell you what. I'll go 2 weeks after Christmas
With 4 people, maybe.
with 4 people tops. Yeah. That's the Paris
That-
trip I'm talking about.
And that's a
baby.
vacation.
Oh
yeah.
man, as we're recording this, by the way, friend of the show, Doug Wicker is in Paris currently.
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
I kind of want to go to Paris.
it seems really cool.
Like, there was a werewolf there once.
Yeah, there's no, that's London. You're thinking about.
Well, he's in
London.
both places, I think.
Is he? Does he London? He's in Paris.
And there's a pyramid that's an art museum.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
that's the Louvre.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, there's one of those in Memphis, Tennessee. We call it
Bass Pro.
Bass Pro Shop. This
We call
emperor Bass Pro Shops must be very mighty.
This is America.
Take me to your god, Bass Pro Shops. Can you imagine?
Who would they point to at Bass Pro? Like Kid Rock?
Probably Bill Dance.
Bill Dance.
Yeah, it would be
Yes.
probably Bill Dance.
Oh man, Bill
There
Dance.
is one guy out there. There's one guy that I know listens to this show. That joke is for you. That Bill Dance.
I
that
love
Bill
it.
Dance reference.
Hey, that joke is from me. I love it.
Yeah. We do love it.
Saturday morning, Bill Dance.
All right,
fishing.
so imagine you're doing some ice fishing and you look across the street and you see the McAllister home and there's just a fuck ton of them going to the airport and it looks like a nightmare.
I mean, I would I would pray for them at night. Like, whew. Like, you guys are going to have a terrible, terrible time.
The part that fucks me up is that they don't even realize it until they're in Paris.
Until they're like over the Atlantic.
That's the
She's
part
like,
that fucks
no,
me up.
she's like, maybe I forgot the garage code. Like, is that what it is? Maybe I forgot the toaster on. Or
No, you straight up forgot one of your children. That's pretty fucked up.
You forgot your own. I think it's her only. Well,
It's her youngest. I think it's
Youngest.
her youngest.
her
yeah.
youngest. It's
But
like-
they got so many nieces and nephews. Oh my god,
yeah, and when the kids do a head count, the neighbor kid is over.
dude, that
Oh,
uncle,
shit.
I'd punch that cocksucker right in the mouth when he's like, "Look what you did, you little jerk."
Yeah.
I
Well,
fucking sock that dude. What an asshole.
well, you can there's even a like they allude to him being an asshole because his mom's like, "Oh, if your uncle said it's a bad movie, you should not watch it."
Right? Yeah. She's like, then I'm sure it's very bad.
It's
But
like-
his uncle's just an asshole.
yeah, he's
is
just an
what it
asshole in
is.
period.
Yeah, that's just it. And then later when he's like, he pulls the shrimp out of the fridge while they're in Paris, and he's like, "Oh, would you like a little a wee shrimp?"
Yeah.
And he's just an asshole.
pompous
And
asshole.
she's like, "Hey, those are for dinner," and he's just like passing them out to everybody. And she's like, "The fuck." You know what I mean? Like the undertones in this as an adult watching it, I'm like, these people are terrible.
That's
though,
what I
also.
thought. As I was like, you know what? I used to watch this when I remember it fondly of as a kid. This is the
Because
first
you're
time.
watching it as a kid, and you're like, that kid is cool,
It's like, oh,
man.
yeah, I'm that kid. I'll take
That's
it.
what I would do.
I would-
yeah.
yeah.
I wouldn't let people take my house. You know,
I
I would commit a murder.
Basically. So the funny thing about the movie, like you think I thought as an adult, like just looking back that the action scenes were longer. It was only like 30 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, it's not much. It's not much. There's a lot of build up
There's
to
an
it.
hour
though.
and a half build up to this.
And the build up is actually quite
It
fun.
is good.
Yeah, I think it's actually pretty quite fun. He
so-
wakes up and he's just like, I made my family disappear.
yeah.
Because
Like he made a wish.
that's what children would think. How old is he?
He's
12?
like
13?
8. I think he's 8.
8? He's not 8.
I think he's 8.
No.
I'm
The
not.
kid
I
that,
can't be sure.
The kid that pees the bed is 8, maybe.
McAllister's.
How old is Kevin McAllister in Home Alone?
Want to put a dime on it?
Sure.
Okay.
8/9-year-old.
Oh!
Ooh, I owe you a dime. All right, hold on. How old was Macaulay Culkin during the filming of Home Alone?
He was 3.
Here we go. Oh, shit, he was 9. Fuck. All right, you got me. Man, he's a tiny little fella.
He is.
He's a little guy. Yeah, well, as a child, I'm sure he's a normal man now. He's not still a little tiny.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he is.
Keep kicking, Macaulay.
Yeah, you're all right, man. You
Yeah.
seem pretty cool.
Yep.
So yeah, they figure out they don't have. So they're trying to scramble to. They're like, oh my god, Kevin, fuck! And they're trying to get home, and they're talking to the airport, and they're like, listen, I need to get back to wherever the fuck
Like-
we're from. And they're like, well, it's Christmas.
And this Paris
And
girl
you're
at the
trying to-
airport's like,
You're trying to book a flight last minute, like you're literally asking for something that's impossible.
and it's funny because she gets her way home, and the husband's like, we can just wait 2 days and fly, and it'll be easy. But like the mom's all paranoid and like wants to get there as
Right.
soon as possible, and they both arrive at the same time.
Now you might be thinking, why don't they just call him? That's because the phones are
The
out.
phones are out.
Yeah.
And
So-
that was a thing the night before,
Mhm.
which Joe Pesci, as a wannabe cop, walks into the door, like just
Oh.
stands there. Like what is going on in your house to have a cop stand there for like 20 minutes of the movie? He's just standing in this person's house
Oh yeah.
as a cop.
And he's like, hey kid, you live here? And they're like, no. And then just run off. And he's like, what the fuck is
Like it's super weird as a like,
the household is like a disarray is putting it lightly. It is just a fucking madhouse in there.
it made a criminal awkward.
Yeah, it sure did. Yeah, frustrated a criminal where he was like, fucking.
It's like what is going on with these people?
Yeah, criminals famously pretty patient.
Well, I mean, if they want something out,
Yeah.
I don't know, stake it out or whatever.
Yeah, that's like fishing, like Bill Dance would know. So he wakes up. So essentially, 2 criminals have been casing out the joint, and they know that they're getting ready to leave. So they're like, okay, these
Well, they've been
people,
casing out the whole neighborhood.
yeah, these people are these are the people that are going to be gone. We'll break in, we'll rob them. It'll be a successful weekend, what have you.
And they're called the Wet Bandits. And the
Oh my god.
or Marv.
Yeah.
Marv's the dick out of the both of them
Mm-hmm.
because like he floods people's houses just to have a calling card. He's like, we want to be known as the Wet Bandits.
Dude, his calling card's so stupid. So stupid. Yeah, we're the web. Why would you have a calling card, man? Calling card's only cool if you never get caught.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Yeah.
So like he leaves like the water running and puts like towels in the drain so
Yeah.
the house is flooded during Christmas.
The
which
kind
is
of
a
stuff
dick
that
move.
shitheads do. That's what he does.
It's like a 13-year-old that always used to piss you off.
Yeah, exactly. I like the bit where Kevin goes shopping. So he's alone now. The place is being cased out.
Yeah.
You know, you get it. We're gonna skip forward a little bit. But I like the bit where he goes shopping and he finally shows some fucking humility to another human being.
When he's at the checkout.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, do you know if this toothbrush is approved by the American Dental Association?"
He's a total dick. He runs away with the toothbrush.
Well, yeah, but he's scared because he's a kid.
Yeah.
But
like that's a very it's an
when he's like,
8-year-old asking
"Excuse
about
me, ma'am," like he's very polite about it, and he wants to make sure it's done right and all that shit. And he sees the scary neighbor,
and that turns him into a criminal. Him being scared. Poor little guy.
That's also true. I think it's hilarious that the cop can't catch him, and the cop is an adult man. Like, I don't know
How
if you've
slow are you,
bro. I don't know if you've ever tried to run down an 8-year-old, but I got to tell you, as a rotund fellow who's not very fast, it's quite easy. To run down an 8-year-old.
They're not that fast as parents. It's like,
well, their legs aren't very long. They can't. They're quick, but they're not fast. There's a difference. They have a top land speed of I don't know, 2 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour. You can just snatch them up. They're not. It's not a big.
I mean,
deal.
we're not. Don't take this audio out of context. We're not snatching
No,
kids.
no. I'm not talking about for human trafficking purposes.
Talking about.
I'm talking about for beating a kid's ass or chasing a kid that's stolen a thing.
Yeah, it's like you can catch them. They're not.
I wouldn't.
They're not that.
I would just be like, oh, I guess we'll have to remove one toothbrush from inventory and eat that 75 cents in the 90s or whatever.
Maybe
it was.
75. That was a 30-cent toothbrush.
What was this? 1990?
Yeah, 30 cents. Because
how much was a cheap toothbrush in 1990? We're just gonna Google everything.
Let's Google it. She knows it. Is it Google? Is she?
I like to think so.
Can we say that?
Oh shit! Hold on. How much did a toothbrush cost in 1990?
A basic ass toothbrush that you can't find an American Dental Association label on. That's a very key part for Kevin.
75 cents.
Was it?
Yeah.
So the movie got it right. Holy shit. Or no, you got it right.
These are different conversions for shit. I can't find the cost of a toothbrush. It's just like a conversion calculator. I don't give a fuck. $1.50. It's a toothbrush. You would just be like, well, shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's scared of the creepy neighbor. What's up with the creepy neighbor? His brother Buzz told him that guy's a murderer. He murders people with a shovel, turns them into mummies with his salt bucket.
As an adult watching this, I think he actually might have murdered somebody with a shovel.
Could have been, yeah.
Because he doesn't deny it, and then he talks to Kevin in the church. He's like, a lot of rumors are going around about me, and he never addresses it. and then he savagely hits.
He says they're not true.
Well, and then he savagely hits Joe Pesci and Marv.
That is true.
With the shovel.
Could have been a killing blow. Definitely knocked them both out.
So I think Buzz might have done something.
You could argue he knows how hard is too hard when it comes to hitting people in the head with a shovel.
So what we're saying is Buzz is right.
Could have been.
He was a killer.
Absolutely could have been. Now, okay, so for the next part of this movie, Kevin's like, he's starting to feel a little down in the dumps, and he's starting to get a little creeped out because he's noticing unusual things around the house. And
he also sees Marv and what's Joe Pesci's other name? What's the name of him?
I can't remember.
All right, Marv
anyway,
and Joe Pesci.
They have a confrontation. And he gives him a slip by hiding in a nativity scene.
Yeah, which he gets a green blanket from somewhere. I don't know.
He goes down. He gets home later. He's going downstairs to wash his laundry. And I like the fact that he's scared of the furnace.
Yeah, as a kid.
As a little kid, there's just a creepy thing down there that's like, something about it creeps you out. And that's what he's scared of.
I go back to my childhood. Like, there was a basement, and I was like, oh, I can't go down there. That's scary. It's like, I don't know what's down there, but I'm afraid of it. And if there's a stove down there with like fire in
Just
it,
creepy old shit. Yeah, exactly. So then you cut back to mom, who's frantically trying to get home, can't get a flight out of wherever the fuck she is now.
Paris.
And she's like, I've been awake for 72 hours.
She seems
And-
like a very like mom person.
Oh yeah,
Like,
she's great.
She nails this role.
She plays the mom in Beetlejuice too. She had a good mom
forgot about
energy.
that.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, she's like, and boom, John Candy to the rescue.
Yeah.
And
John
he's
Candy
like,
on the
haha, I
way.
love polka. You want to ride with us in the back of a storage van?
Which
Well,
begs the question: why is polka in France?
it's not in France. She's back in the States by
Oh,
then. She's had so many layovers and she hasn't slept because she's fucking freaking out. I would be freaking. I would be a nervous fucking wreck, but also
just imagine you can't get a hold of somebody because there's no one has a cell phone.
yeah, I wouldn't have forgot my kid, but I also wouldn't be keeping track of 15 fucking people because if that many people were like, let's all go to Paris together, I'd be like, great, I'll see you there Tuesday.
Yeah,
I'm not.
we're not going together.
No, we're not actually going together because it sounds like a
We
fucking.
will all meet
nightmare.
up because you're responsible for yourself.
So she's going with John Candy. They're gonna rent a truck and they're just gonna fucking drive all the way to her house. I think they're in Minnesota.
Yeah,
and they're
Minnesota
going to-
sounds right.
I think they're in Minnesota and they're going to Chicago.
Yeah, that
so
sounds right.
meanwhile, Kevin, getting close to Christmas, he goes to see the big man. But he's off work, so he goes to talk to a teenager impersonating Santa Claus by his Honda Accord.
Yeah, which is hilarious because the teenager has like his beard, like his mustache is not there. Like he puts it back on. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm Santa.
He's fucking
like-
smoking a cigarette.
He's like, Kevin's like, no, I know you're not Santa, but I know you work for him.
I know you work for him, so that's good. If you could just pass a
Which-
message along.
He truly believes, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Because he already believes he made his family disappear.
Oh yeah, he's feeling real shitty about himself. He has a shitty next day, and he's walking home. He decides to go to church, and he sees the scary old man at the church, and the scary old man's like, "Maybe I'm not scary," and he's like, "Maybe you're not scary." Also, you should patch things up with your son.
Yeah,
'cause-
maybe you should listen to some wisdom from an 8-year-old.
right, you fucking piece of shit.
You're not talking to your son for why?
And then now listen,
What?
the rest of the movie, I am not the first person to make this assessment, but this has nothing to do with safety. He could go to the neighbors. He could tell a police officer.
Well, all
Really,
the neighbors are gone.
There are no, they're not.
No.
Not all of them.
I
A
thought-
couple of them. Not all of them.
Okay.
There are a million ways that Kevin McAllister could ensure his own safety. This isn't about safety.
It is not.
This is about bloodshed.
It
He
is.
wants to see these men suffer.
And he makes it personal.
He really does. Now,
Like,
I'm not
he,
gonna,
like he stalks out these guys. Like these guys come up to his house, and then like he hears them. They're gonna come back at 9:00,
Mm-hmm.
and he prepares.
Yeah.
Vietnam style.
Now we're glossing over a couple of things here for the sake of runtime. If you want to know every little thing that happens in the movie, just watch it. It's on Disney Plus, or I'm sure you can rent.
If you haven't watched
Prime.
it, shame.
Yeah, it's a goodie. There's lots of fun, like a kid made a thing with household items. Very fun. But I will say there are a couple of the like booby traps he sets up that I do want to highlight because they are especially brutal.
Oh, there are. Yes.
First of all, okay, so the thieves, they're gonna break in, and they told him like, we're coming back tomorrow night, 9:00, motherfucker. Which who would say that ever in
Out
a
loud.
robbery?
In
So-
the neighborhood. Like,
So
he
you
could
know
hear.
I'm coming. You could just go like sleep in a dumpster that night, and then go back home and be like, yeah, we got robbed. Sorry, I wasn't here.
Yeah.
So I didn't get molested or murdered. Aren't you proud
It's
of
like,
me?
but no, like Kevin sticks around. He's like, I'm gonna make these people pay.
Yeah.
They're trying to break into my home.
So a couple of key ones I want to point out: the burner on the doorknob.
Man, that is sadistic.
The burner on the doorknob is fucking, and the he freezes the stairs.
Which I mean, I love that idea
I do love
because
that
he freezes
idea.
all the
And, like,
stairs.
Joe Pesci's makes it look like it hurts more, but practically the other one, the guy that's going
Marv,
downstairs,
It's like, oh man, he really hurt his tailbone.
that would be no. You like, there's a good chance you would break like your shoulder or your back with that one. That's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, you felt it.
That's not good at all.
It's like as an older person, this kid had it out for us.
Yeah, the burner on the doorknob. The burner on the doorknob is fucking brutal. And here's the reason why. I kind of did that when I was a kid. I had on our fireplace there were these brass knobs, and I used to spin them all the time. But I never knew that if there was a fire in there, don't touch them. So I went to go touch them, and I burned the shit out of myself. I had a friend that was younger than me when I did that did that to an iron, and he had to have a skin graft.
Yeah,
and he's got some hair on the palm of his hand.
I think everybody at a young age burns themselves because I've done it with an iron and I've done it with a hot stove on top where like it was after somebody had cooked. You didn't see it was red.
Yeah,
you just put your hand like ah.
You learn real quick. No touch. Check next time. You know, that's it.
Yeah, don't touch a hot stove.
Fill the back of the hand.
These are like little kid lessons.
Smell it. You can smell heat. The stuff that's
also
in
smell your skin.
Yeah, your all the skin on your face is super sensitive. So if you try to smell something and you think it might be hot, you'll know. So that one, the nail.
The nail's brutal,
dude. The nail when that guy steps on that nail.
That makes me hurt.
Here's the part that fucks me up is that because that nail would have gone all the way through his foot
and gave him like rabies.
Oh yeah, he would just have a puncture wound and a real nasty infection. But they're like, oh, it didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't step all the way on it or whatever the deal was.
He stepped pretty hard though.
Yeah, that one's pretty brutal. Those paint cans. Those paint cans are fucking that's a nasty hit.
Let me ask you, who do you think got it worse? Marv or Joe Pesci?
Oh man, Joe Pesci did get his head burnt with that blowtorch. But Marv's feet got fucking brutalized, man.
Which one? I'll tell you who I think.
I think Joe Pesci. I think Joe Pesci got it worse.
Okay, so I was going Marv. Because I felt Marv's pain the entire time. I have no idea why. I empathize with Marv more than Joe Pesci.
That's true.
I kind of wanted Joe Pesci to get hit. I don't know.
Joe Pesci got burned real bad twice. He got hit in the chest with a crowbar. They both get thrown into.
Which Marv is just an idiot.
Yeah, he is. Oh, dude, he got shot in the balls point blank with a BB gun.
Yeah,
that's rough, man. That's like hospital. That'll rupture a thing.
That was the first blow, or the first blood, as Rambo would say.
First blood. Yeah. The paint can thing was fucking brutal, though, man. Like
off the stairs.
Yeah, like a gallon can of paint is pretty dense and pretty heavy if you're throwing it off a flight of stairs.
Well, hold up. I'm gonna go back to Marv being in the basement and looking up at a hot iron falling to his forehead.
I did forget about the iron thing. Fuck, I totally forgot about it.
An iron falling, a hot iron.
What a great fake thing, because he goes. It's like a light. Like he goes to pull the string to turn on like an overhead light, and there's nothing attached to it
except
an
iron that's been plugged in by Kevin. Kevin could just let the iron as something to be plugged in, but he had to warm it up.
Yeah, of course.
He's a sadist.
Yeah, I wouldn't have warmed it up. Odds are it's going to hit that guy in the face. Slim. And if it does, it's not going to matter if it's hot. It's still going to hurt. Fuck his world up.
Like an iron with a triangle. That's going to I guess might
fill it
him.
up. You'd probably fill up the water tank so it's got a little more oomph.
Man, Kevin's crazy.
Kevin McAllister, there are no doubts in my mind that he is the type of person that would grow up and hunt a man for sport.
Absolutely.
100%.
He gets initiated
the
at
most
like
dangerous
18.
game, he's all over it. He loves it.
Yeah.
Hunting men for sport. I bet he's just a murdering psychopath.
Yeah, he loves like what's that movie?
The Most Dangerous Game?
No, what's the series of movies that have come out? The end of year, you get one day a year to kill people.
The Purge?
The Purge.
Yeah, he is like purging these guys.
I could not think of that. Don't put that in there. Wasn't there like The Purge? I was like putting in my back of my brain.
Yeah, the part that fucks me up is that he's getting off on it when he's like, "Do you guys give up? Or are you thirsty for more?"
Yeah, and he's
you
like,
fucking psycho. He's loving it. He's having way too much fun with it.
so he has 2 paint cans at the top of the stairs.
Oh yeah,
And then one with a boulder? There's one with a boulder.
I
Because I think he
don't
hits Joe
recall.
Pesci twice with the paint, and he hits Marv with the boulder. Like it's just a sizable rock. Like he just tightened
Yeah.
the thing up. And then so Marv runs upstairs. And
So he's very clever about it though. When he gets a second in the house, he grabs the phone, he calls 911,
yeah.
and he gives the police the address of the house across the street. So he continues to take them through his fucking methodical death trap like a psychopath, and then he breaks it for the house across the street, where they get him and they're finally like, "Oh, we're gonna fucking kill you, and I'm gonna bite your fingers off," which I thought was very weird.
Very, very specific.
Yeah, it's very specific. I don't know.
But when they're at the top of the house with Kevin, the third story, and Kevin he takes flight to his little tree house. Joe Pesci mentions, "Hey," or Marv's like, "Let's go run downstairs and catch him." He's like, "Through the house of horrors down there?" Like he's got something set up for us.
Yeah,
there.
that's what he wants.
That's what he wants. Like so, he's got these criminal people.
Yeah,
like, just
he's trying to
thinking.
reverse psychology him, and it's working.
He's tripling it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, he's like doubling down on the reverse psychology, and it works. They follow him into the other house. They fucking string him up. They get hit in the head by a shovel with the old guy who's actually not scary. But
he's probably a killer.
Probably murdered people with
I
the
think
shovel.
he did kill people.
I think his son found out.
And that's why they haven't talked.
spoken in years. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why he's not welcome at their house.
Maybe he killed his mom.
Could have
with
been.
a shovel.
Could have been.
Ooh, we just uncovered a Home
You never
Alone
know.
mystery.
You never know. I would love to see Home Alone 8,
No,
where Kevin McAllister's a grown man and he's just a murderer.
nothing after 2 is good.
No, I want I know there's a bunch of them. I don't know how many, and I know that they're bad. But I want to see a more recent one with Macaulay Culkin, and now he's a grown adult, but he's just a psychopath.
So he's Rambo.
He just
but
loves
in New
to
York
kill.
City.
Yeah, he just lives in the middle of the city. He's very charming, but he like lures robbers to his house so he can murder them and get away with it.
So he's a serial killer
Yeah,
he's like Batman.
of robbers, but a murderer. Batman will kill motherfuckers sometimes, depending on what
He has a code,
in
though.
which way you're consuming your Batman.
Yeah, he has a code a little bit. of
Christian
it.
Bale Batman, he'll murder a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but even him, I think he doesn't use guns.
No, not exactly. Anyway, no, he would use elaborate traps, like.
But he would allow you to be
yeah.
painfully
like you'd open a
Like-
door and a big thing would come out and hit you in the balls, and then you would fall into a pitfall and fall on stakes and die.
yeah, and he'd
Yeah,
be okay with
but
that.
it would hit
like
you
I
in the-
didn't kill you though.
but
Like
it-
the
it'd
fall
hit-
killed you.
Yeah, it'd hit you in the balls first though, because it would be funny. You know what I mean? All's well that ends well. The killers
Did this end well?
the robbers get arrested.
I'm on the robber side.
Well, then no, it did not end well. But the robbers do get arrested, and Kevin McAllister, he goes to sleep. He's like, "Oh man, really, my Christmas wish would be, oh gosh, maybe family is pretty great,
Right.
and I wish I had mine back." Then he goes downstairs, and his family's not there. And then his mom walks through the front door, and the rest of his family was like 2 minutes
2
behind
minutes
her.
tops.
Yeah, and they just like ate shrimp and waited for
Which
the next flight.
I actually thought that was very clever. Like the mom being very like scatterbrained, like trying to like figure out the plan, not getting there. But
You know
like,
what, man? In a situation like that, honest to God,
She-
2 minutes could have made all the difference.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it really could have.
Yeah.
So it does mean something.
which I thought was clever though. Like she did everything to get back home. And the guy was like, "Why don't we just make the smart or logical decision here and take the next flight?"
Right. One thing I do want to say before we get to the end, the time the mom spends with John Candy, man, I really like their interaction. Their whole like polka band
Yep.
thing they got going on, very fun. And they get home and they're all like, "Well, yeah, Kevin, you didn't burn the place down. Good job." And he's like, "Yeah, I went to the store and I got fabric softener and I got milk and eggs, and they're like,
The little shit's
what?
a liar. He doesn't say anything about murdering people or hurt.
Right? Yeah, he doesn't say anything.
Not murder, but hurting people.
His dad picks up Joe Pesci's fucking gold filling, and he's like, "Hon, what is this?"
It's a gold tooth.
Oh,
he
man.
knocked some poor Chicago guy out with his gold tooth.
What did? Am I supposed to believe that at 11 o'clock at night, like an 8-year-old went back over to his house, cleaned the entire house, and fixed a broken window? Because when they go up to the front door, when you have a nice bronze finish on a thing like
There's
that,
gonna be skin left on that thing.
all the skin's gonna flake off when it gets red hot like that.
Mm.
So they would walk up to the door and go, "What the fuck?"
And
like there would be so many
Kevin
obvious
is such-
signs, and
Such
that's
a crazy
why I
person.
say
He like tarred and
is-
feathered Joe.
another man inside the house. There would be feathers all over the fucking house
Everywhere.
forever. Yeah, it's like glitter.
Like you could not like the feather thing would just be ridiculous to have
Yeah.
that many feathers in your
Dude,
house.
the cleanup for the after effect of this would be insane.
Just the paint cans themselves. There had to be a little more paint in there to
Oh.
just tip out just a little bit.
God, yeah, or they would just, or the family would just be like
Just
finding little
Imagine
messes,
cleaning up the shit
little
that
messes,
this little
and
kid made because
little
he
bits
thought
of broken shit just everywhere.
he just wanted to pick on some adults. Little asshole.
Yeah, he is a little ass. He's a fucking monster, is what he is. So how many BB gun thumbs would you give it out of 10? If you had to give it 10 BB gun thumbs, what are you thinking?
BB guns. I used to have a BB gun.
Me too. I had a couple.
Super fun. Like
I had one that
you had one like that would pump, right?
I had 3, but I had one that I always preferred.
Like you had the pump kind, right? Like
Man,
the more you pumped it, the harder it would shoot.
I had that one. I had the classic lever action.
Okay.
And I had one that had you actually had to rack a single BB into the chamber.
Did it have an air like?
And then you had to do the swivel action. Not swivel action.
bolt.
The pump action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it had like you had to like it had like a little bolt action to it.
Man, BBs used to hurt. Remember
Yeah.
you get shot by them?
Oh yeah, fucking A, man.
Kevin's an asshole.
Yeah, Kevin is a fucking asshole. I can't imagine. Like when I say getting shot in the testicle with a BB would cause a trip to the hospital, I only say that because I've been shot with a BB gun like 6 times.
If I was Joe Pesci, I would
Every
want to murder
time I
him
used
too.
to go to Walmart, people would just start shooting at me. I'm glad you like that one. But it would like getting shot in the testicle with a BB gun would like your ball would explode. I think
It would.
it certainly would rupture something.
Oh man, Kevin. I don't think he grew up very well. He grew up with this demented mind. But anyway, BB gun thumb or
Yeah, how many BB gun thumbs you give it out of 10?
Honestly, I'm gonna go. Man, I'm between 8 and 8.5. I'm gonna go with 8 though.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna give it an 8 because I think it's good family fun.
It is.
That's it. Like as far as like me personally, for me watching a movie, I probably would give it a 7. I do like it, but as far as like it, I really enjoy the fact it's a movie my whole family enjoys.
You could.
I like it more because everybody in my house enjoys it.
Exactly. You could sit your whole family around, and everybody that would sit down and be like, "Oh, it's Home Alone." I kind of like there's no parts that you'd have to skip or something. Like, good family fun. Like this is, and there's actually a good story. Like I said, there's only 30 minutes of Kevin like brutally hurting these old men.
Oh yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Yeah, 30 minutes of torture.
Yeah,
It's not bad. It's like tourist trap. So
that's what Kevin grew up to be, was the tourist trap
the
guy.
tourist trap guy.
100%.
That's hilarious. Yeah, he
Terrifying.
moves out to the woods and becomes the tourist trap guy.
I'm terrified.
So yeah, that was Home Alone. We've covered that one. I know everybody. I'm sure everybody loves that. We're going to go do Black Christmas from 1979. I think I'll
Black
clarify
Christmas.
when we come back. But we're gonna go have a little nog, and up front, I want to apologize about how drunk I'm going to be at the end of this episode.
So we're gonna have some eggnog. We're gonna watch a little fire, sit by a Christmas tree,
and and we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch fucking.
call Santa a little bit.
Yeah, we'll call Santa. I text him.
I got his number.
You know, we're homies, man. I text him every day. I'd be like, "Yo, Claus,
But hey,
check this shit out."
what kind of presents we looking at this year?
And I'll just send him a meme of like a donkey with a boner, and he'll be like, "LOL, you're crazy."
like, Rudolph.
Yeah.
Like we're in like group chat with Rudolph and
Yeah, he'll text me LOL #naughty. All right, we'll be right back.
We gonna get up in it, boy.
All right, we're back. Black Christmas, baby. It's from the 70s. Let me tell you something about it. It's fucking way better than Home Alone, I think.
No, I think Home Alone is a pretty good movie.
You're all in on Home Alone.
I mean, I
all
gave
right.
it a pretty high like thumb rating, right?
We're divided. Yeah, I think you gave it pretty well.
A lot of BBs.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. We watched the movie, and then my old lady got home, and then we had a couple of extra eggnogs, 3 or 4.
There's been a few eggnogs this
Look,
Christmas Eve.
Normally, we just finish the movie and we go, ha ha ha, wasn't that nice? Let's finish our drinks, get a fresh one, and go sit down and record the pod. But we wound up having an extra 3 or 4 after the fact. So I am pretty sloppy. It's like 11:30 at night. Black Christmas, 1974 horror thriller, 1 hour, 38-minute runtime. You can watch it now on Prime Video for free, which I'm saying is bullshit because I had to rent it. It's got a hey.
Hey, there's a third guest.
No, you're right. Yeah, we got
Hey, guest 3.
We got a squatter tonight.
Hey,
Throwing it back.
Hey, come here.
You got some.
You're already in it. We've already.
Shit, she's getting some wrapping paper. That's how you know this is extra Christmassy. Mazel tov. Or wait, no, Feliz Navidad. Shit, I ruined it. It's got a 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, 4.6 out of 5 on IMDb. Nope, that's Shudder. Sorry. 87% of Google users like this movie. Grab that cat and throw her outside, please.
Am I supposed to do that?
Yeah, could you? She's sweet. She's not gonna like fuck you up or run away or anything.
Come here, girl.
There you go.
Coming
Thank
back,
you.
coming
Yeah,
back.
she's a bit unruly. Like
She's unruly?
she'll walk all over the
Nice.
keyboard and the interface, and it's no bueno.
Well, you know.
Karen gets it. You
Gotta
know,
let her go a little bit.
she's like, I just came in here to like lay down,
Yeah.
maybe meow
That's
at you a
good,
little
too.
bit. So Black Christmas, getting back on track here. Gonna have a problem with that this episode. Sorry about it. Release date December 20th, 1974. Whoo! Directed by Bob Clark. Box office 4.1 million. That seems.
This is 1970s.
That seems
like
like a lot for 74.
which is kind of scary. Like people that grew up with this, like in their brain.
Yeah.
Scary- scary movie.
Had a budget of $620,000 US dollars. Distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures. Cinematography by Reginald H. Morris. Starring Olivia Hussey, Margot Kidder, John Saxon, Keir Duella. Keir.
I mean, give them their
I think
shout out.
that's got to be
This
Duella.
is
Keir Duella?
like this might be the only time they get that shout out.
Might be Keir
Like,
Duella.
they might be like 60 or 70 right now.
Lynn Griffin, Marion Waldman, and Art Hindle. That's it. That's as far as I'm going to go. The main two that I do want to reference is probably Olivia Hussey, Margot Kidder, and John Saxon,
Probably all pretty cool people.
and Keir Duella. That's my best guess for the name. Dullea. I don't know what the origin is. He does have an accent though.
He does.
Like I detect an accent. Maybe
Yeah.
it's maybe German or Belgian.
Maybe.
I don't know. Who cares?
Like
Jackson.
Do you even know what an accent is?
Look.
Like,
Yeah, most of the time. So, look, we're watching this movie. If you're not familiar with Black Christmas from 1974, there was a relatively recent remake of it, which I actually watched last Christmas. When we read the description of this before we put it on, I was like, oh shit, I have seen something by this title that is kind of the same thing. So the biggest difference between the original film from 74 and the newer film is that the newer film, I would say, doesn't have claws and teeth in the same way the other one did. Like the older one is just more aggressive. And also the fact that it's like landline phones
Right.
and it is in the 70s makes it
Yeah, it makes it tangible.
it makes it
Real. Like,
more terrifying, I guess, because reaching out is less accessible, I
right.
suppose.
It's like you're like isolated if you're not like on a like if you don't have like internet or I don't know, like if you don't have a landline, you're like isolated from the world.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you going to do?
That's
You're
kind
going
of
to write
crazy.
the police a nice letter?
Like,
Let them know
hey,
you're about to be
hey,
murdered?
I actually don't have a landline. I'm like like how crazy would that be nowadays? Like if you didn't have a landline, you're stuck somewhere.
I mean, or a cell phone? Like, no, just none of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be wild. And that's what's going on in this, so it kind of raises the stakes. But what you've got going on is a bunch of sorority girls in a sorority house. It's over the holidays. They're not traveling home, and there's a murderer amongst them.
Afoot.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what's going on. Full spoilers from here on out for the rest of Black Christmas from 1974. I don't want to go through it beat for beat, and here's why. I would like anybody who's even like remotely interested in it, go watch it. It's really good. Like it's a really good like Christmas horror. It's the perfect amount of it. Like you can watch the remake. Does it look more current? Yes. Is it better? No, it's not even close in my opinion. This one it's got such a brilliant way of like ratcheting up. This person that's calling is a psychopath. There's something like very, very wrong with them, and they are going to hurt people.
Yeah. It happens.
And then throughout the whole movie, you've got this tension building that's like, hey, who is it amongst us? And then at the end of the movie, it's revealed that it was none of them.
Right.
It was none of them. There just actually is like a fucking psychopath
It's
that
like an
lives in the
idiot.
attic. Yeah.
There's an idiot in the attic.
Yeah. Oh man, I loved it. I loved it. It's very much kind of harkens back, Jackson, to like When a Stranger Calls, the older film, which I've never seen, but I do know to reference, based on another bad movie we watched.
I don't know
which
if I've
was a
ever seen
remake
that
of it.
one.
It's like it's very, very old.
Dude, these old movies are creeping me the fuck out.
A bunch of them are good, man. This is a good. This is a good one, I think. I had a lot of fun with this. I really liked. That's why I said I was like, I'm only going to reference one other person in this show, and it was John Saxon who plays the Lieutenant Kennett. Lieutenant Kennett? Are you fucking kidding me? All right.
You know he had a straight fucking right hand to
the
his
cop
forehead.
guy. The cop guy when he's like, "Now listen, Mary Beth, are you being honest with me? I hope you're not lying."
Yeah.
I find that very hard to believe. Strange choice of words. You know what I mean?
He was.
So extra layer in this, your main female protagonist is pregnant. She tells her love interest, who also is very violent and also seems like a psycho, that hey, I have a baby and I'm gonna get it aborted. And he's like, you can't abort the baby. He's like, why didn't you even ask me about it? She's like, I wasn't even gonna tell you.
That was in this movie.
I was just gonna do it. I'm doing you a courtesy right now. Yeah. Do you remember that bit?
This is an old movie. Like,
well, yeah, but it's not old to you. You watched it.
I know. Hold up.
Hour and a half ago, man. We stood in there and just had drinks for a bit, didn't we?
We drank a few.
It was a regular cocktail hour, about an hour and a half. Okay, so marching
Hold
on.
up.
Marching on.
I'm
we go.
not trying to kill the guy.
No, if
I
you have-
gotta stretch a little bit. Now you know where to cut it. All
Man, you know the bad thing about eggnog is if you spill a little eggnog in your beard,
Gross.
just looks like cum.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking
It's
gross.
no bueno.
Ugh.
Okay, so in regards to the movie, the stuff that like the dude says when he calls, it is super fucking creepy. He's like, "Oh, let me put
He's
my..."
creepy from the start. super fucking weird. Like,
yeah.
like last time I was on here, I was like, this is an NC-17 movie. Like,
This one was rated R.
this one's NC-17 in my opinion. Like, it's creepy as fuck. Like, from the beginning, I'm like, this makes me uncomfortable, Danny.
Yeah, I can see why. I can see why something like this. I could see why in present day something like this would be
Like,
what-
tangible. Like, oh shit, that's how shit happened. Ugh.
Look, man, I got way off topic, and I'll
Okay.
be completely honest with you. I don't remember what the fuck I was talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I cut that into a much smoother transition than 10
I'm
minutes.
sure
of,
it is.
10 minutes of me
perfect.
going, "What the fuck are we talking about?"
We didn't say that. Did
I
we?
did, yeah. I just lost track of thought. So anyway, what I'm saying is that like the violence in this movie is it's very well done. So, like the bits with the makeup and the effects for it, like when it shows bodies laying on top of bodies and they got the blood. There's like blood on them and stuff. It looks very cheesy.
Yeah.
It's like very just
It's
red
like
acrylic
just
paint.
Dumb.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It looks like acrylic paint, but the aggressiveness at which they go at it. Also, whoever did the sound design for this, I love it. There's something scratchy about the whole thing that just perfectly works for what this is. Like even the voice clips, that bit where the dude's banging on the door, she's on the other side of the door, and he's like, "Let me." That guy is fucking
He's fucked up.
absolutely unhinged.
Like, he needs to be locked away.
Oh, it's great. It's a great scene. Like the sound design for all that stuff's good. Like the lock noises and shit.
Yeah, it's creepy as fuck for the 1970s. I just imagine not having your iPhone and you're stuck to this landline.
Oh yeah.
You're just talking to this like phone, and this person is creepy as fuck. Like, imagine that's
He's
all you
saying
can hear.
crazy shit. What's he like? One thing he says like up top at the beginning. He's like, "Let me put my tongue on your cunt, you
Yeah, he
slut
gets
pig."
super dark, super weird.
Oh man,
super fast, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Danny, what are we watching here? Like,
It was very
Like-
it was good though. Like
It was.
it stepped on the gas the right amount where you're like
all right.
your reaction kind of threw
like-
you into it.
Like the reaction made it real. All right.
It's got some really fun twists and turns.
Let's test this realness.
It's got some fun twists and turns.
Yeah.
I'm liking it, man. I honestly I had a lot of fun with this. I'd watched the more current version, like this one way better.
This one was good, man.
I will say this though,
Like I was uncomfortable watching this movie.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Here's the
like-
bit I will say. I like the newer one. I could watch with my kid.
Yeah. No, this one.
This
no.
one, no.
No.
This is not for your. This
Like,
is not for your.
After
kids.
first scene, me and Daniel are like, yeah, we couldn't. There's no way someone under 13 or even like an 18. Like,
Why I had originally told him, be like, "Hey, I'm pretty sure you can watch this one," and then we watched 5 minutes of it, and I was
We're
like,
like,
"Never
nope.
mind."
we are joking. That is scary as fuck.
I also like the pacing of this, like the way the movie starts, and it just marches right along.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's no dead time in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make use of the screen time.
Yeah. They make it work.
Really fun way to do it. Would I do anything differently? Honestly, I don't think so. I effects.
They were pretty good, actually.
Yeah, for the
Like,
most part,
they-
like some
Like
of the
when they showcased the killer, like, and he was shaky with the camera.
yeah, I don't like that first person shit.
I don't either, but like it.
I hate that. I want to get rid of that.
But
Not
it
a
does
fan.
separate him, like his scenes, from the overall movie. Because I thought the overall movie was pretty well
Yeah.
done, but his part was just shaky. So
Man,
it was
I guess you could do the first person thing, but there's got to be make it more appealing.
Yeah.
I don't know what you got to do. I'm not. That's not up to
I don't
me.
know. I was just thinking through that. I was like, but you could tell
Yeah, and I mean for the time, this might have.
yeah.
For the
Imagine.
time, that very well may have been an innovation.
Like,
But what
just-
I'm saying,
Just
is-
imagine how far have we come from just talking on the phone, like through a landline where you know you're gonna talk to somebody, to like talking through the airwaves.
Man, I would love to see a faithful. I would love to see a faithful readaptation of this. Like if they just made one, I would go watch this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like if they made a Black Christmas remake, and for I don't know the cop. There's the one cop that like doesn't know what fellatio is.
Yeah, he
And
keeps saying it throughout
that bit
the movie.
where the one cop he hands the notepad off to
It's like, what the fuck are you
Officer
talking
A.
about?
He hands the notepad off to Officer A. Officer A is looking at it, and the guy is talking to Officer B. Officer A, brings the card over to Officer B, and he's just got a big shit-eating grin on his face. And he sits there and watches and waits until their conversation is done. The guy walks away. Officer B reads the fucking thing, and it says University of Fellatio or whatever. And he's like, he looks over at Officer A, and he just fucking loses it. And he laughs for like 5 minutes. I love it. Do you remember what I'm talking about? The cop, they're in the cop shop, and the guy's like...
I seen him,
for like 5 minutes, because they both know that the other guy doesn't know what fellatio is. That's the joke.
and the other guy doesn't understand.
The attention to detail was how it read the room.
And the other guy doesn't understand
Yeah,
how
guy
dark-
A already
dark
knew it,
he
but
is.
it's not his place to say something. But it is fucking hilarious. He hands it to the other guy, and he's just waiting for the other guy to notice. And when he does, he's just can't contain it. So there's stuff like that in here that's fucking brilliant. But if I had to redo it present day, the guy that plays the officer that doesn't know what fellatio is, the kind of goofy looking guy,
He looked like he's like, like
I'd get William H. Macy. You know what I'm talking about?
who? No,
Hold
who's talking
on.
about?
This guy.
Yeah, like, but can I imagine him as the younger version?
No, it doesn't have to be younger. You're remaking it present day.
Okay,
That's who I would get to play that cop.
okay.
I don't know who I would get to play the main detective.
Maybe someone new that like we don't know.
Yeah, you could take a crack at somebody
Like,
new.
It's been a while since like Hollywood had a person.
I want him not so clever though.
You know
You know
what
what
I
I mean? I want a cop that's not. He's not clever. He's persistent.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of a fun angle for this, for a killer who's like very methodical.
But the killer is dumb.
Yeah, also insane, but like just mad, got a method. And the other guy, just kind of helplessly follows along, because that's kind of what happens, really. I mean, at the end of the movie, all the cops are like, "All right, we're gonna take off." It's a murder scene. There's like 6 dead bodies in this house.
It's weird.
Yeah, and the one girl that survived, she's like asleep from shock, so they put her in her bed in that room, and then they all leave. And one cop stands outside at the front door. You're just gonna leave that girl in a room asleep alone in the middle
in
of
her
a
own
crime scene?
trauma of a crime scene. Are you
Right.
just gonna leave her there?
Yeah.
You guys good with that?
Oh man, just fucking wild.
That's crazy.
So that is the biggest part that takes me out of it, because obviously you would
Yeah.
just take her to the hospital.
We were both looking at it like, oh, they just left her there. Like, oh, she's just chilling in that weird space. And we were both like, yeah, the cops just left.
Right. There's one outside.
She shouldn't go to a hospital.
Yeah, it's weird they left the one outside. Why then,
Like,
at that point?
Stay inside with the.
If you're
with
just
the
going to leave her alone.
with the weird shit, just stay inside with that.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. So that, I would do something to alter the way that bit goes. And other than that, man, just present day stuff. But I would still, I think it's important for this movie to have the gravity that it has to take place in the 70s.
Dude, our movies from the 70s lately,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like on the terrifying side, like they're real.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary. I don't know.
Yeah, some of them. Oh, you talking about like Dahmer and stuff like that?
Well, this movie, what did we watch last time? The bad movie that
Oh, that one that was actually scary?
Yeah.
Tourist Trap.
tour, yeah. So that one, this one's like, all right, it brings it back to being real. little scary.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. What is there? I wonder if there's like what's a really actually scary modern horror film. I don't know that I've seen one in a while.
I don't know, man.
But some of this shit's scary. It's like it just makes you feel a different kind of. It gives you a gut reaction, and I think that seems to be toned down in a lot of stuff.
But like a gut reaction that like creates either a backbone or not.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yep, okay.
Well, is there anything? Well, like, is there anything you would do to update it?
I don't know. Like
You
this
really
is-
got to do something
like this
with the
gets
ending.
to you.
Less turtlenecks, I say.
Okay, that did get me off.
Even if that got you off. Whoa,
that,
man!
That did throw me off. Sorry.
I guess you cleaned it up because I didn't.
Danny, that did throw me off because like I was like, this is a Christmas movie because
That's what got you off.
no, dude,
That's gross.
that's
Jackson.
weird. No, I'm saying. So I was saying about the werewolf guy.
You were getting off to werewolves.
No,
No, go for it.
I don't.
You were saying about the guy, the killer guy, turtlenecks. I'm just using
Dude,
trigger
no,
words.
like it was like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
He had a werewolf like
He did have a werewolf haircut.
and then he's wearing this turtleneck, and it's like, what the fuck is going on with this guy?
Man, fucking turtlenecks. What?
But it was very Christmassy. Like
You ever
he
wore a
It
turtleneck?
was like a holiday season like turtleneck.
It's like you're being strangled by a really weak person.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. It's like, oh,
They're bad, man. I don't like a turtleneck. I don't. Also, those haircuts, we can modernize those a little bit and still be like, this was the 70s. They were not good. Nobody had a flattering haircut in this movie, except for the brunette girl because she just had straight hair. That's just regular. That's default.
You're normal.
She had the default
Good
setting.
job.
Default hair.
We're all there.
Yeah, everybody knows what that bit's
We
like.
are. We all start at default.
All right, Jackson. Listen. Look, we
Hold
went
on,
for
hold
about
on. We need a stretch real quick.
another one. We're doing yoga stretches. Oh, it's good.
Dude, how badass would that be if you had like a stretcher place around here? I just stretch.
One of those fucking inversion
I
tables.
just force you to stretch with people. Like stretch.
Dude, an inversion table would be
I'm talking
dope.
about yoga. Like
Yeah,
that's what they're doing. They're like forcing you to stretch with the other people.
right.
It's like that's what you go to. You're like, I'm gonna pay $20 to go to yoga.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Jackson. Stay on target.
Nope.
Stay on
You
target.
gotta like cut half of that out.
Oh man.
All right, hold up. We gotta stretch before we get back. Okay. Here we go.
All right, Jackson. How many telephone thumbs you give this out of 10?
This movie sucked.
Did you hate it? I liked it. I liked it a lot. You're just being a dick. All right, I got you.
I am.
I give it a 2. There was like a 2-minute pause. We're
Yeah.
back.
We're back.
Jackson, what do you want to rate?
Jackson and Danny chilling.
What do you want to rate it out of 10? Whatever thumbs I said.
It's like 7. Who knows?
7? Okay. That's good.
I feel like we could do better.
I give it an 8. I really enjoyed it.
I feel like
though.
we could do better though. Like it's a good scary movie. Like I feel like there's between the 70s and the 2000s.
Yeah, I
There's
feel like
nothing. That's 30 years of like a person's like livelihood that they never get experience like a good movie.
oh yeah.
On the bad side.
Right. Yeah, I don't know that this one was so good it was bad. I think it was just like regular good.
Yeah, but
Some of
think
the
it was
effects
pretty
are a bit dated, but
it brought back like realism, I guess.
I tell you this, the characters felt real. The assailant felt real because he was so perverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that stuff came across for me. So anyway, we rated it. Next segment of the show.
Hey, what you watching?
Jackson, what you been watching?
So last time I was here, I had watched Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yeah, that's right. The series, the
Like-
Netflix series.
So I watched the whole season of that. Man, I actually thought that was really good.
I liked it too. Man, it got a lot of hate online. I thought it was fun.
Was there?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, dude, it got fucking smashed.
I feel like there's hate like that online because like people care so much about the beginning part of it, like they don't understand like the continuation. Like we gotta continue the story.
I thought it was a faithful and
It's a great attempt.
a faithful and flattering remake of the original source material.
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. Anyway, first season, I thought it was pretty good. I was like, man, that's pretty good. I want a second season. Let's do it.
You're not gonna get it. That's it.
Why not? But hey, let's just throw it out in the atmosphere. It's like into the sphere.
That's true. I bitched about Marvel movies for a while, and then they were like, "All right, we'll make them better."
I think we're in the top 5% of podcasts. That's like something to be proud of, man.
What?
You're in the top like 5% of podcasts.
To do what?
I don't know. That's what showed up on my Spotify. I was like, holy shit.
Oh, on your Wrapped?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's just for you.
No.
That's just you personally.
No, it was like all podcasts. I was like, damn, that's impressive.
I think it means I'm 5% of the podcasts that you listen to.
I don't think so. I think it was more. I think you were on like up here and you just didn't know it.
Anyway,
I'm pretty sure.
Well, thank you if that is the case. I don't think. You know what?
You should.
You're right. We are top 5% of all podcasts.
Because you are. Dude, it was on my Spotify. Like, I wish I should have took pictures. Damn.
Top 5% of all podcasts, ladies and gentlemen. This is what that content sounds like. Enjoy being part of the 5% of podcast listeners, I guess.
Hey, what does the other 95% listen to?
What else? All right, let me tell you what I've been watching, Jackson.
No,
son of a bitch. No, you hold up. I've been watching Yellow Jackets, all right? It's a fucking series. It's on Showtime. And I had intended to watch it a while ago, and I just never did. And finally, I've gotten back around to it. And they just announced that it's going to get a season 2 in March. Is that hilarious? You loving that? It's a show I like is getting another season. You finding that very comical. I appreciate it. Hold on, let me remember where we were at.
Top 5%.
No, we're past that. Because it's not true, but I did roll with it.
It was on my Spotify.
We're probably top 5% of the podcasts that you listen to.
Yeah, but that matters. To me, I was like, that's fucking
No,
dope.
that's... Oh, wait, hold on.
You know what I mean?
Hold on.
Like, that's awesome.
We got to get right back on task, but I think I know what you're talking about because I did post a bunch of it.
It's pretty cool. I was like, damn.
I'm a top 10 for 34 people. I'm a top 5 for 27. Top 1 for 6.
6
people out there. It's their favorite
amazing.
show.
Like, 6 people wake up like, I'll listen to this show.
Yeah.
Like that every day.
Yeah.
I want more of this.
My followers went up 62%. Streams went up 40%. Hours went up 34%.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But that's just my stats for just my show, not for...
Wow, but I love it.
Oh, it's good.
It's awesome.
I do too, yeah. It's not a lot, but I don't care. It's a lot to me because it went from 7.
Right.
It went from 7 to
that makes it so much better.
It went from 7 to like cross-platform, like I don't know, 150.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
really cool, man. I like that. And they'll tell their friends.
I honestly think like good things happen to good people. I think you're a good person.
That's like the nicest thing you can say to somebody.
I know.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it.
I honestly
you know what?
mean that.
I think you're a good person too, man.
Like I don't want to be weird on this, but like,
no, we'll cut all this out, obviously.
Maybe, like whatever. But I do. It's awesome. You're a really good person.
Yeah, I think you're a good person too, man.
I appreciate it.
I do. Yeah, you're
like,
you're good people.
I don't know what that means, but I
that's why I like
appreciate it.
That's why I like having you on the show, man. I like hanging out with you. You're a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in short order. Anyway, we got to get back on target. so far like 15 minutes of this.
Hold on. Have we talked about the movie yet?
Yeah,
Hold up.
yeah. No, we're in What You Watching. So
Oh yeah.
oh,
so
I was
Cowboy
getting at a
Bebop-
thing. Hold on. I'm gonna continue. This is where I'm cutting back in. I've been watching Yellow Jackets. So it's a series. Are you familiar with Yellow Jackets
I'm
at all?
not.
So it's a series about a soccer team of girls in the 90s that they're going to nationals, and they get on a plane and they're going to nationals, and their plane crashes in the middle of the wilderness, and they wind up in the middle of fucking nowhere, stranded for a year and a half. A whole team of girls, so like 16 people maybe all together,
Holy shit.
and they at some point resorted to cannibalism, it seems.
What? What?
So half of this story takes place there, and the other half of the story takes place like 30 years later, or like 20 years later.
That's terrifying, Danny.
So there's also present day consequences, and obviously all of them didn't make it back. But maybe there was like a mysterious spirit or something supernatural or whatever. Anyway, great series. I'm really liking it. It's got Christina Ricci and oh man, what's her name? Melanie Linsky.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
Monica?
Melanie Linsky.
Is she the daughter of Monica?
No, that's Lewinsky.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Melanie Linsky. Anyway, yeah, it's a good show. I really, really have been enjoying it. As far as movies and stuff, man, I really have not seen much of anything because I've been trying to watch that series.
I got something.
What do you got?
So, I've been watching the show Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Are you, like, as we're recording this, it's been out for like, what, 2 weeks? I haven't seen it yet.
2 weeks tops.
Yeah.
Dude, Wednesday is the shit.
Top tier, huh?
It's awesome. It's like okay, so I grew up with Addams Family, like kind of like
oh yeah, same.
That's kind of like that's a show there that kind of tune into, but like meh. But like they made Wednesday Addams, the daughter here. Like,
yeah.
They made her like a like she's a little detective, but she's like she's very cold.
Yeah, it's about par for the course. Like, you know, for Wednesday Addams. No, I'm right there with you. It's all the Addams Family stuff. I love the Addams Family. I just haven't watched it yet. But I like the way that it's a thing. I'm like, I want to watch that. And now I'm seeing all these rave reviews everywhere for it. And I'm like, okay.
It's
nice. Great.
It's really good.
Yeah. Well, the real reason, and this is why more often than not I watch movies rather than shows, is simply because I watched Yellow Jackets. It took me 2.5 weeks. It is 10 episodes long. They're like 45 minutes. And because I guess if it's a movie and I'm really sleepy, I know I can hold my eyes open for the last 10 minutes most of the time.
You're talking to me right now.
Yeah, like I can watch the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a show, I know there's hours and hours of it left, and will fucking nod off. Yeah, at some point. And I don't mean to. Like, I really am liking the show, but it took me 2.5 weeks to watch it.
But it's like, bro, we work like 60, 70 hours a week already.
Tell you what I've been doing for games, though. Same shit I've been doing for games on this podcast for a minute now. I've been playing the shit out of Marvel Snap, and I'm playing the shit out of Persona 5. As far as my progress on Persona 5, I'm probably like 30 hours in as we're recording, and still enjoying it. Actually enjoying it now more than it just progressively gets more fun the whole time you're playing it. But it's got a long curve to get into it, I guess. As far as Marvel Snap, if that's something you want to get into,
I kind of want to.
We don't get paid.
Like you showed me earlier.
We don't get paid for saying any of this shit, by the way. But it is a really fun mobile game.
Danny should be paid. I'm not part of that.
No, if you would like me to get paid, we do have a buymeacoffee.com or buymeacoffee / it's just two movies.
That's badass that you can do that.
.com or whatever. It's in the episode description. If you want to donate us a couple of bucks, that'd be fucking.
When you first told me you were
great.
doing that, I was like, "Fuck, that's awesome, dude."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You got people like that are interested so much that they were just like, I don't know. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's neat.
I don't know why I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Agreed. Is there anything else you've been getting into, Jackson?
So we was talking about Cowboy Bebop. So I've been playing a lot of the new Call of Duty,
Okay.
and there's a new like gameplay to it. It's like it kind of mirrors this PC game on this game on PC, Escape from Tarkov, where like you get dropped into a war zone and you complete a mission, an objective, and you have to extract through a helicopter out.
Okay.
It's like you get to do that with like a team. Like there's 3 people on your team.
Oh, nice.
There's bots in the game that are doing protecting objectives, and then there's other like teams in the DMZ like that drop and they're your enemy as well. Like it's weird. And then
and what's that? I'm sorry. What's that called?
Call of Duty.
Oh,
Like DMZ.
okay.
It's called
Call of Duty DMZ.
So it's called Escape from Tarkov. And like Call of Duty is doing it where you drop in, you complete an objective, and you extract from a helicopter out.
Okay.
But there's like bots protecting like certain spots of the area, and it makes it pretty difficult actually. And then there's teams, maybe I don't know, maybe 10 teams in total. Like go through the maze.
Good stuff though. Okay. Let me try to think if I've been doing it. I'll get you when we're done here. We'll get a solid high fiver. Man.
No, we got to do the final minutes. What you been watching? There's been a show on Netflix. I watched.
What you watched besides Wednesday?
Fuck, Wednesday Addams was
Wednesday.
Have you seen it at all?
No, I haven't seen it. I watched the intro trailer dealio.
It's good, man.
Yeah, it was all right. I was like, man, fucking. Thank God they got Burton involved in this because it really has the right vibe.
It has Tim Burton as the
He's the producer,
director, producer. He's
director, producer.
It's written all over him, and it's perfectly. Yes,
It's very Tim Burton.
All right, I watched one episode of Warrior Nun.
How was that?
It's all right.
Nice.
I want to watch more than one episode. I'll put it that way.
I watched. Man, we just kind of have been watching a bunch of Christmas movies, and I'll be honest with you. It is one of my least favorite genres of film.
But action.
There's only a handful that I really like, and the
Kill
ones
Bill?
that I like, nobody else likes.
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill's a Christmas movie.
It should be.
Seems like it should be now that you mention it.
Like, doesn't it feel like
Is it because she cuts the top of Lucy Lou's head off in the snow?
Maybe.
That might be it. Or maybe it is Christmas. I don't know.
Maybe it's just like a hidden movie that nobody watches.
I don't know. If you know, feel free to write us at itsjusttwomovies@gmail.com. You can always get this podcast anywhere fine podcasts are found, or if for some reason if this has ads in it and you're like, fuck that, it's ad free at itsjusttwomovies.com. You just gotta click it and there it is.
You should go to his Patreon though.
If you could leave us if you could leave a
you are a badass person for doing it.
I don't have a Patreon. You can buy us a coffee. It's buymeacoffee.com/itsjusttwomovies or something like that. The link's in the episode description. We're also an Amazon affiliate link. If there's anything you want to buy on Amazon, that helps us tremendously. You're not paying us anything. You just click a button, and somehow
you get something out of it.
Somehow we get something out of it. Yeah, it's wild. But we appreciate you guys listening and telling a friend.
Hold on, there's another episode thing. Hold up. I had something else to talk about.
Never mind. Forget all that stuff I just said.
Oh, Vinland Saga coming out.
What?
Second season of
what the fuck did you just say to me?
Vineland Saga.
Vineland Saga
coming out second season.
Okay, is that a good one?
Dude, it's a good anime.
There's a second season of a show that I really like a Korean Netflix show called Alice in Borderland.
No, hold on. Thank you
There's
for saying
season...
I could. Damn it, Danny! I was trying to think of
You've
that.
been watching that?
I watched the full first season of it.
Great, isn't it?
I wanted to talk to somebody about it, and I was like, "Who do I talk about this movie? This is awesome."
You gotta save it for next time.
Alice in Borderland.
Time.
Dude, no, hon. Alice in Borderland. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Okay, yeah, you're right. We got
Let's
a couple
do it.
minutes.
Ah,
Consider the outro done. This is bonus material.
this is
you're
great
getting
material.
for free.
We're gonna go.
Yeah.
Alice in Borderland. So it is Saw in Korean, and what else? What else? We got like layers of mathematics. And,
It's like the movie Gamer had a baby
with Saw.
with
like,
Saw. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good a description.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, that's kind of
It's
what's
so
going
good,
on.
But it's so good. It is so good.
The games are fucking. The games are wild. The
They're-
games that they have to
they're
play.
like Okay, if you've seen Squid Games, it's like imagine that, but like in a little virtual sense where you can do whatever the fuck you want.
It's less quirky.
Yeah,
It's less quirky and more just like murder.
yeah, it's a little in fucking with you.
But the games are cool. That's what everybody liked about Squid Game is the game.
Yo,
Yeah. So yeah, no, that's a great show, and it's getting a season 2. Finally,
Squid Games or
Alice in Borderland.
yeah.
No, Squid Games is also getting a season 2.
So Alice in Borderland. No, yeah, that's gonna be great. I've been seeing some good like content out of it, and I'm like, man, I'm pumped for it.
Yeah, it's a good one. We fucking we did the show. We did the podcast. Man, I told you earlier in the show
I want to
that
keep
I was gonna
talking.
get
Here.
wrecked for this.
Let's go.
I know you do. We will. But I have to do an ending to the show
No, we
so I
don't.
can
We
cut the
just keep
rest of it
talking,
at some
though.
point. That's well, you're not wrong.
Imagine how like, this is your show. This is
Yeah.
badass.
I guess this could just be bonus
This
material.
is what you want.
So,
That's maybe what your people want.
hold on, give me 2 seconds. Appreciate you guys listening to the show. I'm going to go ahead and call it because, as I stated earlier, we got too wrecked to do this properly.
I had a couple eggnogs.
Yeah, we had a bunch of eggnogs. But as we say here at the end of every episode of It's Just Two Movies,
I don't know.
Feliz Navidad.
You guys aren't gonna start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's go that gold talk! We're a one-eyed Batman!
Can I make a suggestion that doesn't involve violence? Or is this the wrong crowd?
Maybe we should call in a bomb threat to Houston. I think it's free beer night at the Astrodome.
The Jedi, Bob. We don't fight with guns, we fight with our mind.
Cousin, businesses are booming.
That is one big pile of shit.
Jog on.
It's Just Two Movies is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios and can be found wherever you get your podcasts.
I just wanted to throw out a couple of special thanks for the folks that make this show possible. Big thanks to Brad Sexton for our jams, Lamplighter Production for our artwork, Godsized and Growing for some musical guest appearances, and Dave, who's our YouTube editor. We probably wouldn't even be on that platform were it not for him. If you want to check out anything any of these amazing people are working on, all of their links are in the description for this episode. If you want to contact the show, you can hit us up on Twitter or Instagram at It's Just Two Movies. We've got a Facebook page now, so that's on there. You can always leave us a comment on YouTube, or you can email us at itsjusttwomovies@gmail.com. Okay, yeah, and if you like the show, like, subscribe, leave us a review. That stuff helps tremendously. Okay.
So is that a made-up thing?
What do you mean?
Like, is there any reason to do 10 seconds?
Yes. Yeah. No, there is. And I could show you how, and you'd be like, oh, actually, that makes sense.
Okay.